Hey guys, you've been asking for so long for a boat tour and we've finally cleaned up the entire house and it's as clean as it's ever going to look. So please join us for this boat tour. We're going to show you the interior and also Riley's going to show you what's out here on deck.
I think we've sort of made this video so that if you're new, you're interested in unique boats, you want to see what the hell we've been up to for the last 3 years. I guess we've kind of aimed it at a different audience.
Yeah, it's a great video to watch if you want to see our home. We spent 3 years building this boat, and stick around because at the end of the day we're going to prepare to leave port. We're going on a big trip tomorrow. Welcome aboard in the magnificent Kota Kinabalu, Malaysia. So this is a saloon. This is where we spend most of our time. We love this boat because this area felt really open. We've got where you can sit over here, and then this is my galley. We spent so long finding the right blue for the cupboards.
Hague blue.
Yeah, we've got a lovely Hague blue going on in here. I find myself spending a lot of time patting the timber trimming here. And probably what I love most about the galley is all the copper that we've incorporated into it. A lot of people were like, oh, it's gonna turn green with the salt air and water, and we're like, awesome.
It has turned green.
It turned a little bit green already, but we like that. It makes us feel, I don't know.
Is that poisonous?
Closer to the elements and nature.
That's what I want to know.
Is it poisonous?
Yeah.
I hope not, no.
I think this is the nicest.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of our decorations from Etsy actually. Their shipping is super dodgy, but they have really unique things like wallpaper and blankets and cushion covers. I love that we have a massive fridge over here. There's 2 drawers and also a freezer over there.
Tell us about this wall here.
Well, this is the feature wall. With some of my favourite photos and a whiteboard which needs a bit of work, but we won't zoom up too close on this. I had to cut out a whiteboard and put it in a photo frame, and I'm not really a handy gal, but it'll do for now. We have an induction stove here. It's got 3 burner tops and an oven, and we also have an electrical cupboard down here for charging things because we really don't like chargers and stuff out. You guessed it, this is our kitchen table. It's got carbon on the outside. One thing we also wanted with this boat, because it is made of carbon, we wanted it to show in some places. Riley originally wanted the whole boat to be just exposed carbon, but we were kind of talked out of that because no one wants to be in a completely black boat. So that's why we painted some areas and did the whisper walls up the top here. This goes down into a bed at night, and Riley and our youngest kid Darwin sleeps in here. So the leather is upholstered. We had it donated to us in the USA, and we cut up an entire couch and shipped it all to Vietnam where we built this boat, and they redid it, and it's like, I love it so much.
It's my
really
favourite
good
part.
quality. Yeah, same.
It was my non-negotiable from the start.
Yeah. And again, people were worried about it getting mouldy, but no mould so far. And this is the nav station. So at night time in particular, you spend a lot of time here. We really wanted a forward-facing nav station. We could have had it over there on the side, but it makes sense to be like, and with your eyes on the horizon here. And this also doubles up as a as the seat for the nav station. Storage. Oat milk and canned food. We drink a lot of oat milk. So one nice little safety feature of this boat is that the engine and the batteries and all of the stuff that's intense is like in the one area down there, and it's airtight. So if we were to smell something and there was a fire, it's locked up, and there's a button down here that you can pull.
Ring pull, yeah.
It'll just extinguish the whole thing. So that's nice to know. I mean, if you've got
the batteries might be.
The batteries might melt through the bottom of the carbon fibre hull, but like.
But then we're not going to sink because the Amas will just keep us floating.
Exactly. This boat touch
But we'll be on
wood,
fire.
touch the timber trimmings is unsinkable.
Like the Titanic.
Just went for a sauna session and a swim in the sea. I'm feeling so good. I'm about to hop on a video call with my therapist. Today's sponsor of the show is actually BetterHelp, who Riley and I have been using for about a year now. We're really happy to keep teaming up with BetterHelp because we feel like it's such a good tool that so many of you could benefit from, like we have. We live pretty adventurous lives and not all of it is smooth sailing. So I've personally seen such a huge improvement in my mental health since I started talking to someone. I think we all need to talk to someone. So if something is interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals, you might want to listen up and take advantage of BetterHelp's offer today. I'm going to tell you all about the offer in a sec, but first just a little bit about BetterHelp. So BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist after you fill out a really simple questionnaire just listing your specific needs and preferences. Takes no time at all, and in most cases you'll have a therapist matched to you within 48 hours. So BetterHelp has over 30,000 therapists, so if you find that you're not vibing with your therapist to begin with, you can switch completely free of charge, and you could keep doing that, which you probably won't have to, until you find the person that's perfect for you. Being online too, there is way more scheduling flexibility, which was a huge selling point for us. You can have your therapy sessions as a phone call, you can use as video chat, and even via messaging, whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. We love that BetterHelp is cheaper than in-office therapy without losing the professionalism or the quality. It's just much less daunting. Some people really find that face-to-face interaction of in-office therapy really uncomfortable. So if that sounds like you and you've been meaning to do something great for yourself, you can head to betterhelp.com/sailing. I'm going to pop that link in the description box below and you'll receive 10% off your first month of therapy. That's betterhelp.com/sailing for 10% off your first month of therapy with a professional. Thanks so much, guys. Confession time. DIY and I are not the best of friends. Yet here I was, tasked with sprucing up our boat, with Riley bravely handling the daunting bits like using the Stanley knife. Even our little adventurer, Lenny, at just 5 years old, lent a hand at some point. After our 600 nautical mile journey here, with hardly more than a tea towel on board, arriving at this well-equipped port in Kota Kinabalu was a dream. We found everything we needed. What do you think about that? You reckon it'll stay on?
No, I think it'll stay on. I don't know if it's in the right spot. But...
Yeah, that's perfect. Oh yeah, baby.
Can you just come and hold this?
I can look at myself naked.
The water maker we don't want to run in the marina, so we've got a hose that we're running, and that is how we shower.
Follow me down to the main master cabin. I come in here a lot throughout the day. I'm constantly coming in and out, and I stop and stare every single time because it feels so cozy in here. Even when I hop into bed at night, I'm like, this is amazing.
Would you say it's Huagu?
It's Wagi. Very Huga. So my wardrobe's over here, Riley's is over there. Another great thing about this boat is there's lots of storage. We don't even have enough stuff to fill up all the places, which is good. We want to keep the boat really light. So, I mean, there's a little seat down here with more leather, which we'll probably never use. Like, who sits here?
Oh, I would.
I can't, this is the first time I've sat on this thing, but it looks nice. I've got some baskets for storage here, and then down here is, yeah, some nice big areas for storage. And at the moment we've got medical equipment and electronic stuff that we don't want outside in the elements. Oh, and this is the one very large area of exposed carbon that we had. Even though the company of this boat, Rapido, were like, no, we cannot have this. Like, it doesn't look good. We're like, it looks sick. Just trust us. So yeah, that's what our hull is made out of.
There you go, mate.
And this is our bathroom. So when we have guests on board, yeah, everyone can kind of use this bathroom anytime they like. I'm super proud of it. We've got the two tones with the wallpaper here. We got more copper as well. We got a copper shower head here, which is glorious. And this really cool mirror. Mirrors everywhere.
Buongiorno.
I'm glad the boys cannot reach this mirror because they'd be breaking it in no time. We wanted like a 70s kind of vibe.
Isn't it? Is it 70s?
Yeah, it was inspired from like a 70s bathroom. No one from our channel's even seen down here, I don't think. It's been kind of neglected since we moved aboard, just because Riley and I aren't living in here. But since Forrest has come to crew on board, it's come to life. This is the guest head, and we went for just like a simple white tile look with the wallpaper in here, and I really like it. There's nothing else to say about in here. So both the cabins in this boat are queen size bed, and they feel really big when you're on them. We've got these really lightweight lights. They look like copper, but they're not. And there's another big bit of storage down here, which I really love. We're keeping backpacks and some winter gear, which we're not gonna need for a while. There's a light in here. Oh, I'm glad I spotted that. That shouldn't be on. An unsupervised light. So we have 2 engines on board. One is diesel and
We don't
one is
actually.
electric.
At the moment, we've only got one.
So yeah, our diesel engine is broken, so it has been lifted out of our boat. So we do only just have the electric propulsion system, which has been amazing. So here she is, in all her glory.
A quick update on our diesel engine saga. During our South China Sea adventure, it was compromised by saltwater intrusion. This oversight, despite Yanmar's green light on the installation, means we're due for a replacement on warranty. The waiting time on this new engine though is a bit of a downer, but we're trying to not let it dampen our spirits. We're still gearing up for a big sailing mission, using just our electric propulsion system whilst we wait.
We had what could only be called a catastrophic failure with the diesel engine the other day, so the Ocean Vault saved us, which is really good. Actually, we went on a little sail and used it for probably 5 hours on and off, just a little touch. And we used 7% of our battery. And we don't have a massive battery bank because we do have the diesel. So that was great to see. And then when we're sailing across the South China Sea, we did want to build the battery bank up a lot. And at one point we were sailing at 12 knots and we're putting in 2.5 to 3 kilowatts. So 2 to 3 kilowatts at 12 knots, which was very awesome. Just having a break.
I had to stop for breakfast. Haven't even eaten breakfast yet. One more thing about the induction stove while I'm here is that it heats so quickly, and Forrest just mentioned before how it kind of sounds like a spaceship taking off or something. What was it? What is it?
It's like Tron's like.
It sounds electric. Let's have a go. Anyone want a coffee or tea?
I'd have a coffee. Yeah.
Off she goes.
So that uses a lot of power.
Listen. Come. Boy, there's
gotta go
probably
for the
so many
stars,
people
guys.
living in houses at home with induction stoves. Like, this ain't special, but it's special to us.
No, and that's
okay?
exactly what I was about to say.
It's
There's going to be
special to us.
so many people so underwhelmed, but this is crazy for us.
Yeah, we should probably move on. This ain't special.
We'll move on after we have our coffee.
Someone anticlimactic. In my head, it was so much cooler.
We are on the bowsprit with our Fafnir furler. So this goes from way here all the way up the mast there, and this is for the Jenica, which is like a huge downwind sail. This bowsprit we got engineered for our boat, and we've just received the bill for the design for that, which was
Awesome.
surprising and a little unwelcome, but that's okay. So this just means you can get more sail out the front of the boat, and so it's a really good setup. It's also, it solved a bit of a problem with where to launch and retrieve the anchor from. You can see the anchor hangs on the side here. This, I've said before, is all custom carbon fibre stuff from Rapido. We're so lucky that they're so good at that. So we've got the Jenica and then the Code Zero, which are both launched up the front here. I love these. These are on a lot of different boats now. They're very cool.
Over here, that's our dinghy. We're gonna go for a ride.
Full carbon OC tender. We can actually sail it, but we left the mast at the Rapido factory. So when they come over to help us with the engine, we'll be able to start sailing it again. But they're the best.
They're really light, yeah, which is why we got it. How many horsepower outboard?
15.
I'm just tracking a trip on Sea People, which is the app we've been building. So that was on our jobs list today, was to do another test trial. So we're taking the dinghy out. I've clicked record trip and my mum's probably following. She loves to follow live. But yeah, we're so close to launching the new app. A lot of you have been asking about it. We're getting so close. And if you head over to the Instagram page right now, you can follow the link through, give us a follow the links through and jump on the waiting list to be one of the first to download. It's pretty exciting. We've been working so hard at this.
So to be able to go what's new, you know, so we have to figure out a way of like...
We want to know who's on the other sailboats. And so there's a map.
Till now, I am open to discussions.
And it's so good. Some of the features, it's going to blow your mind. I'm already addicted to it, which is a good sign. But I mean, just finding your Sea People, right? Whether you're actually shoreside and you want to find a way to get out here, or you want to help a fellow sailor by offering up a dock or a trip to the supermarket, or you're a surfer or a diver, like it's just a way to connect all seafarers, people living on and around the ocean. Yeah, I'm not going to give too much away right now. Sign up, I'll pop the link in the description box below.
And you'll be able to see a preview of our latest training trip on the Sea People Instagram page, plus insights into our upcoming Japan expedition. Go and check it out. Before Raleigh takes over again for the rest of his on-deck tour, let's rewind to yesterday's magical dinghy ride to a secluded island.
Lenny, can you film?
It's a bit stuffy here.
It is. Can you keep filming us, mate? You're doing a great job. Okay, I got it.
Daddy, I cannot even see. Mommy, this is not on.
Yep. Keep filming, Lenny. Your mum and dad might have a good spill in a minute.
Seriously.
I'm very tired.
Okay, you can stop filming now, baby. Thank you.
Good man. What was the bung in?
Yep. There we go. Easy.
So easy. 5 nautical miles from the marina is this island where no one is for some reason, and it has the whitest sand.
Mommy, I think there's lava in there.
Is there lava?
How was your first burn on the new tender, boys? Is that good?
Yeah.
Good.
Our kids' excitement was palpable as we set off for Saluk, the most remote of the 5 nearby islands, a serene haven that we already couldn't wait to anchor by on the mothership.
It's on the island.
How was that trip back?
Pretty hectic. Pretty schlappy.
Alrighty, what we got here?
So this is the Solent. These are all carbon Technora with the Stratus membrane. So it's the Doyle Stratus, which is their like higher up part of their brand. It's actually separate from Doyle, but they're all, this is the good gear. This is the good This is the stay sail.
That is missing.
That is missing.
It did not
it's currently
stay.
being repaired. So the one of the problems here, which I've just seen, design wind range based on design model, full 18 to 30 knots. So there's your problem. From
we had,
33 to
for
135.
those who missed the episode,
We blew it up. We'll link the episode here. It was a banger episode actually, probably one of our best.
So this is the bow thruster electrics and also the windlass. And there's the remote to operate the anchor. You can pull it outside. How many meters of chain do we have?
I think it's 60.
Okay.
The mainsail is not correctly flaked, okay? So before you all have a go at me about that, we flaked it quite long and have the lazy jacks very loose to stop the point loading. That's why it's so ugly. It's okay, don't worry about it, just follow me. What was happening was, because we don't have the sail bag, this was like rubbing hard on it.
It's in China still, the sail bag being sent.
Yeah. The important thing to know about our mainsail is is it more than twice as big? It's at least twice as big as our old one. So it is 122.5 square meters, so it's a lot of mainsail. Dagger board, on this boat we have it down pretty much at all times. I think if was really hitting the fan, we were getting 6 meter breaking waves on a beam or something like that, we might pull it up, which would help us slide sideways, but that's just the kind of sea state that would warrant that. We're going to definitely try to not be in, so effectively it'll be down at all times. And it goes down to, let me just pull up a schematic here, it's saying 3.548 meters. Elena has asked that I remove these socks.
Oh.
These here, I think that I've mentioned them every episode since we got the boat. These are so sick. And actually, Rapido have done such a fantastic job just with the gust struts. Like, it's just really nice how it just pops open. And each drawer and cupboard does the same thing. It's just a really, really nice.
It's like
touch.
magic, hey?
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And it allows a lot of air to circulate through the boat, which is just, it's like having air conditioning. So this is the carbon fibre rotating mast. It's pretty busy down this end. We've got 2 winches here. I'm still learning how it all goes. We've got a Cunningham, which I re-ran, but now it pulls the sail to one side.
And how high is the mast?
The mast, I don't know, but it does have shiny paint. There's reefing lines and everything, so to take a reef, the same as the Ultramar, you've got to come up to the base of the mast and operate some stuff. That's all. It's actually how I prefer it. It's better on these boats if you can run down here and do some stuff. It's super wide and it feels doesn't feel dangerous leaving the cockpit.
Yeah, it's a long way to fall off.
People said, hey, is it okay if you come here because everything just ends up being better? And I was like, absolutely, that's how I prefer it. And so we all agreed. That's the mast.
All right, what have we got here?
This is the helm.
Okay. It's rather exposed, isn't it?
It is a little exposed. So I specifically asked for an exposed helm, or not an exposed helm, but I was like, just get rid of all this stuff out here, I don't need it.
Yeah, the big like cover we weren't a fan of. It just seemed a bit clunky.
Yeah, so aesthetically, but also weight-wise, minimalism, there was a bunch of reasons for it, but what I like to do is set the boat up so that it's 70% of where I would need to take a reef or something like that. And then everyone on board can relax. And that's how I've always done my sailing, for safety first and foremost, but also just to have the boat comfortable. And also, like, if I can be reading whilst I'm sailing, I'm now doing 2 things, and that's better than 1. There are some other things, so I like to be, when I'm down there, if this is, you can look from there and see the ocean, which is just really beautiful.
Yeah, the view when we're sailing of the waves behind here. Oh, and there are lifelines that attach back here. And we clip in too when we're sailing. You can put your harness in there.
Yeah, exactly. If it is rough, you can clip in there, and there's one the same on the other side, and there's one down here as well, which is way better being clipped in than having a big thing like all around here, because you can still go through that or over it, but if you're clipped in, you're done, right?
Okay, what are we looking at here?
So we got Sun-Powered Yachts have helped us out with these 470 watt solar panels. For those of you who are new, you wouldn't have seen we have in here. I love this setup. again with the gas struts.
More
Beautiful.
solar panels.
Yeah, so there's 3 170 watt flexible solar panels in there. Pretty simple. Pull them out. And you have doubled, more than doubled your solar input. So it's pretty amazing.
And it's the same on both sides.
This is where the engine should be. Everyone that's been following along knows that we had a few dramas with that. So we believe that the problem was the loop in the exhaust wasn't high enough, which meant that when waves were crashing against the side, it was coming in and forcing salt water back all the way through the engine. I've never seen so many sailors or mechanics cringe so hard seeing the footage of the salt water corrosion in the engine. If there was a fire, this is likely where it might happen, and so they've set up a system where there's fire extinguishers down here which can be operated remotely. Paul's philosophy is that because this boat is the way that it is, it's got 3 separate hulls that can all float, so it's just very, very unlikely to sink. The major problem would be, like any vessel, would be fire, and so they can put in some extra measures to stop a fire in here, which makes the boat then like safer again. There's 6 MG lithium ion batteries. They are 7.2 kilowatts each, which is a total of 43.2 kilowatts. But we have a hybrid system, so we've got the Yanmar and the battery bank, so we've sort of split the difference, which makes the boat a little bit heavier than I'd like, but you know, we really wanted to see what this technology could do, and so far it has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Now, it's time to turn our attention to an essential piece of our daily life at sea, the device that quenches our thirst every single day.
So we have the Newport 700C Spectra water maker, which is really easy. I think with a good install, these are just amazing. So come and I'll show you how easy it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Riley, you might find this funny, but today Melly, who's our nanny, if you're new here you wouldn't have met Melly yet, but she's just come to help out with the kids so we can get some work done. We fixed the boat and everything last week, so that was a mission. But anyway, Melly said today, where do you get the water from? And I was like, we make it with the water maker. She's like, from the ocean. And I was like, yeah. It goes through a high pressure membrane and it separates the salt water, puts that back in the water, and then we just keep the fresh. And she was spun out.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, I just thought it was from the taps here. And we're like, nah.
So people freak out, but it's actually really, really hygienic.
Super clean. And people
the
also
best.
say, oh, it's been stripped of minerals. You can get a mineral filter that adds them back in, but you get minerals from fruit and vegetables, so.
An AG1.
And athletic cream.
So we've got a pretty good B&G setup, like a very, very good one. The thing that I like the most is the autopilot. So in particular, when we had 44 knots of wind, I've probably spoken about this a lot because it was a very early, very big moment for me on this boat. We had 44 knots of wind, 2 reefs in the main, and I had just come on shift, and wind was coming in sideways. I pulled my wet weather gear thing so that I looked like Kenny from South Park, and just buckled in for a 2-hour shift of hell, and was just able to put the head sail away and go put it to wind vane mode, performance level 5, and just bomb almost directly downwind with the AMA wings spread wide, and we were just surfing down waves, and it just felt unbelievably comfortable. And after 5 minutes of over 40 knot winds, I just felt very safe and very comfortable. And I just let the autopilot do its thing. I was there paying attention, but instead of being like right on edge, I was just like, cool, this thing has sort of got this. And then after a bit I was like, gonna have a cup of tea. I didn't do that, but I could have. EPIRB just randomly floating around the place.
We haven't found a spot for it yet. Riley just ducked off to the gym. Lenny's doing a lesson, an online lesson. Forrest is doing the dishes. And there's just been some delays with this departure actually to check out of the country. We need the crew who we sailed here with, we need their plane tickets out, the evidence of them leaving, and we don't have that, so we might be held up by an extra day here.
Join us next week for an exclusive hour-long episode where we'll share more of this spectacular coastline with you guys.
Oh, we were just doing above wind speed. That's nice, man.
Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. Until then, fair winds and following seas.